This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Checking off the boxes on your to-do list is a great feeling. And when it comes to checking off coverage, a State Farm agent can help you choose an option that's right for you. Whether you prefer talking in person, on the phone, or using the award-winning app, it's nice knowing you have help finding coverage that best fits your needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
So good, so good, so good.
New fall arrivals are at Nordstrom Rack stores now. Get ready to save big with up to 60% off Vince, Kurt Geiger London, and more.
How did I not know Rack has Adidas?
Because there's always something new.
Join the Nordy Club at Nordstrom Rack to unlock exclusive discounts on your favorite brands. Shop new arrivals first and more. Plus, get an extra 5% off every Rack purchase with a Nordstrom credit card. Great brands, great prices. That's why you Rack.
This is Optimal Living Daily. Is watching TV self-care? By Kate Hesse of nourishmentbreed.com. And I'm Justin Mogg, your very own personal narrator today and every day. Me narrating means there are no interviews on this show, just a short podcast where we can both improve our lives one day at a time. So with that, let's get right to today's post and start optimizing your life. Is watching TV self-care? By Kate Hesse of nourishmentbreed.com. I've been thinking about TV a lot lately. One of the 4 C's in quieting your inner critic is building a consistent, sufficient, and sustainable self-care and self-work routine. When I talk about self-care, I always distinguish it from self-work and distraction. When I have this conversation with someone, the topic of television inevitably comes up, because so many of us turn on the TV at the end of the day as a way to unwind. The way I think about and talk about television has changed over time, and after a recent interview, I was prompted to revisit this topic. Over the last week, I've worked to get even more clarity on where exactly TV falls in the self-care versus distraction debate. Ultimately, I've boiled it down to 2 key points: intention and moderation. Listen on to discover if your Netflix and chill habit is actually self-care. Intention. The reason why you turn on the TV can tell you a lot about how it impacts you. If you're turning on the TV out of habit, it's likely a distraction. Perhaps you're turning on the TV because you're uncomfortable being alone with nothing to listen to but your own thoughts. In this case, not only is TV a distraction, but it's also highlighting some clear self-work for you to focus on. If you use the words zone out when talking about your TV watching, again, chances are this activity is serving as a distraction. Maybe you're watching TV with the intention of learning something, for example, a documentary on a topic you've been called to, or a YouTube video on how to replace the grout in your bathroom so you enjoy your morning shower. In this case, TV watching becomes a self-work activity. If you use television as a family activity, picking what you watch and finding a way to engage with each other during or after watching, it can shift this into a self-care activity. Growing up, my parents, sister, and I would spread a blanket out on the living room floor once a week, pick up a pizza, and have an indoor picnic while watching old-school Doctor Who. By creating an event around the viewing, we turned television watching into quality family time that left everyone feeling nourished afterward. Or perhaps you're turning on the TV with intention because you're looking to use it to evoke an emotion, to entertain, or enlighten you. In this case, it might fall into self-care. Here's where we hop into the next key point: moderation. Too much of anything can be a bad thing. There's a big difference between watching an hour or so of television before bed and binge watching an entire season of something. Even if you turned on the TV with intentionality, if you look up at some point and are surprised at how late it's gotten, you've probably moved into the realm of distraction. And there are a few more things to consider when determining the impact TV watching has on your life. Multitasking. Under most circumstances, I'm not a fan of multitasking. What we often refer to as multitasking is simply rapid task switching. It results in doing each task with less accuracy, efficiency, and ease than we'd have been able to do if we were just focusing on one thing at a time. However, when it comes to television, multitasking can actually allow us to take something that would have been merely a distraction and turn it into a self-care or self-work activity. When watching TV at night, I like to knit. If it takes me a little longer to finish a project or I miss some nuance on the show or movie I'm watching, it's okay. Knitting relaxes me. It allows me to explore my creativity. It's a great way for me to refill my reserves and is a form of self-care for me. When you combine something which would fall under self-care or self-work with television, and you do so in a way that doesn't remove the nourishing and nurturing aspects of the self-care activity or the educational and inspirational aspects of the self-work activity, you can bring value to something that would otherwise be simply distraction. What do you watch? I can't handle scary movies or TV shows. After watching a zombie movie with Adam early in our relationship, I made him check behind the vertical blinds in our bedroom every night for a week before I'd go to bed. I happen to have a really active imagination, and scary or suspenseful things play into that, but not in a good way. On the other hand, I love to watch people fall in love, whether it's a Hallmark movie, reality TV, or a classic rom-com. Seeing people connect and develop deep feelings for each other gets me in the feels every time. Keeping in mind intention and moderation, picking what you watch based on how it makes you feel can also shift your TV time from distraction to self-care. Distraction could be worse. Watching something scary actually adds additional stress, fear, and anxiety to my life, not just while I'm watching TV. You can also shift TV time to self-work if you opt for something that makes you think, helps you learn, or encourages you to grow a deeper understanding of yourself or others. The classic example would be a documentary, but it could also be anything that gets you asking yourself questions. Offering yourself grace. Sometimes in your journey through life, distracting yourself with TV is the best you can manage, and that's okay. We all have our own journeys and our own experiences. If you don't have the reserves to engage in self-work and you don't have the tools or the right tools to provide the self-care you need, give yourself grace if distracting yourself with TV helps you get through a few hours. There are lots of things we can distract ourselves with. Sometimes it comes down to picking the least harmful option. If you know scrolling through social media always leaves you looping through mental comparisons to everyone else and criticizing yourself for falling short, getting lost in the distraction of TV might be a better option. There were points in my journey when my life was really painful, and I didn't have the tools I do now to take care of myself. When faced with the choice of numbing with alcohol or television, TV seemed like the better option. At least I didn't wake up with a hangover the next morning. And having said all that, if this feels all too familiar to you, start filling your toolbox with self-care tools and techniques that work for you. While distraction is often energy neutral, neither draining nor replenishing, it will keep you stuck. The best way to move forward is to start refilling your reserves through self-care so you have the energy you need to turn your attention to self-work instead of distraction. So, is TV a bad thing? At the end of the day, TV isn't good or bad. It really boils down to your intention when you turn it on, what you choose to watch, how you choose to watch it, and how much of it you watch. If you're finding you're constantly falling short of your goals, unable to accomplish the things you want on your to-do list, or feeling yucky about yourself and your choices after watching TV, that's a great sign it's not working for you, at least not in the way you're currently approaching it. And if you feel invigorated, excited, enlightened, or any other emotion you sat down to experience before turning on the TV after you turn it off, it sounds like you've found a way to make TV work for you. You just listened to the post titled, "Is Watching TV Self-Care?" by Kate Hesse of nourishmentbreathe.com. And I'll be right back with my commentary.
Raise the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Huge savings on Dell AI PCs are here, and it's a big deal. Why? Because Dell AI PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors are newly designed to help you do more, faster. It's pretty amazing what they can do in a day's work. They can generate code, edit images, multitask without lag, draft emails, summarize documents, create live translations. They can even extend your battery life so you never have to worry about forgetting your charger. It's like having a personal assistant built right into your PC to cover the menial tasks so you can focus on what matters. That's the power of Dell AI with Intel inside. With deals on Dell AI PCs like the Dell 16 Plus starting at $749.99, it's the perfect time to refresh your tech and take back your time. Upgrade your AI PC today by visiting Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals. Thank you to Kate. It's a fair question. I've definitely asked this one to myself before. I think your points make sense. What the intention is definitely says a lot about the experience. And I've definitely done both. Turn on the TV as a way to zone out or distract myself, but also as a way of learning or having something to talk about with someone else. And it can be for the purpose of entertainment, if that's a conscious decision. But when it's more passive and Netflix is automatically going to the next episode, that's unlikely the same thing. That's when we don't end up feeling restored, and it can feel like a lot of lost time. So it's a good, quick question to ask ourselves the next time we reach for the remote. Is this a conscious choice to relax or connect or be entertained? Or is this me wanting to zone out? Interesting one to think about. So thank you to Kate for this one. Thank you for being here every day and listening. That's how I'm able to keep going. Have a great weekend, and I'll catch you tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.